In today's guild clash, we have Hunter's Old-Burg Fallen Guild versus my Demon King Spawns Guild. His is led by Skulkator, mine by Mephisto. We're going to go ahead and get started with setup. The table has already been set up with terrain. For initiative, we both pick our hero and the dexterity, which I think both of us have 4.
Yep, I have 4.
And then we'll see who gets to set up first. I have a total of 8. You have more than 8. So you pick your side and set up first.
I'll pick this side.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
So
start.
your spots are within these 4 spots.
Okay. So what I'm gonna start with is I'm gonna be placing one of my cards of the Old-Burg Nightmare Riders.
Right out there in the front.
Trying to make sure you can't get too close immediately, because that could be a problem.
And I'm going to go ahead and set this here because I don't think you're going to have another unit closer than that. So, and I can't place anything before 10 inches. So go ahead and place the rest of yours.
Okay, and then I'll place my other card of Nightmare Riders right here, and then
Okay. Now, when you're placing these, are these 2 separate formations or
yes,
one single? Okay.
2 separate formations.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have my Old-Burg soldiers right up behind them. And then I'm probably gonna place Skulkator real fast right here.
Okay.
And then my marksman's. Okay.
Alright. So then my deployment zone is within these 4 spots, but I can't deploy within 10 inches of an enemy model, so I'm quite a bit restricted on where I can place.
Which is helpful. For me.
You would think, huh?
Hopefully helpful.
I'll put Mephisto there. Defenders, which are in formation right here. Fortunately, all of my characters have a decent will, so your terrifying Nightmare Riders aren't going to be as effective as you hope. I'm going to put my Impalers. Since they have indirect engagement, they're going to go directly behind, not on top of each other's base, but directly behind. And then my slavers with their whips. Make sure that I have 10 inches there. Okay, and then the slavers and impalers are also in formation. And you did confirm your marksmen and soldiers are in formation as well?
Yes.
Okay, because they have to be a minimum of 3, so are they on 1 formation, or?
The marksmen's are 1 formation and the soldiers are 1 formation.
Alright, so then let's go ahead and move these gems out of the way, since those were just there to mark our territories. And next is the event phase of the first round, which you start out with the shout orders.
Okay, so I'm just gonna measure something out really quick.
Go right ahead.
That's well within range. I think that's good. Mostly. Hopefully.
Trying to cause terror amongst my people, I assume.
Possibly. And so that's going to be a run action right here.
Alright, and Mephisto
For this.
for the first formation.
The first
Okay.
formation. Of
Mephisto is going to give himself an attack order against that unit themselves.
Oh boy, I don't like how this is going.
Okay, so event phase is over, nothing else is going on, so you are first up on the activation. Pick a card and activate.
Okay, well, I just need to see something real quick. That's not gonna really do much. That might actually do something good. So, what I'm gonna do is I probably didn't set up in the best way, but okay. I'm gonna activate this formation of
Kind of have to there.
rays. I mean, I could activate some of these to, like, go around stuff, but I probably should have not went with everything in one big clump. Well, since I have a run action, I'm able to, I get +1 movement,
On your move, on any move action that they are given.
which I'm gonna move twice so that I could actually reach here.
So you could technically move 12 inches.
Yeah.
As long as one model is within 1 inch of that token, the shout order token, that order is successful.
Good to go there. There. And do I get a movement penalty when going over this?
It costs you 1 inch to go up and 1 inch to go down, but because of how far you can go, and you're actually going shy right, you're basically moving 10 inches because it basically is costing your 2 inches.
Which that is within 2 inches of each other, so
correct. So that formation's still
good too.
Yep. All right, so let's see which models are within 5 inches of the Nightmare Raiders.
I think all of yours except for Mephisto, which I wasn't planning on getting Mephisto in there because it's not like he has too high of a will to actually work.
Okay, so I'm going to do this formation at a time.
Okay.
So starting with the slavers, they have a will of 5, and they all succeed. The only time that they'll fail with a will of 5 is on a 6 or a 1. The 1s are automatic fails, and the ability check is meet your stat or lower. So we're going to go ahead and do the defenders, also will of 5. They all succeed.
Okay.
And then the impalers, right behind them. Ooh, they had 2 fail.
2 failed. That's helpful.
Now they can break that on their activation, so it may not be as devastating
as it could be if you had models that had way lower will.
Those 2 right there get terror tokens.
Like my Old-Burg, that most of them don't have any will, so.
Correct. Alright. So, let's see, he has a movement of 4 inches. Don't think I can get, oh, it actually gets him there. Okay, so, I'm going to activate Mephisto. He has a firebolt as a bonus action. A bonus attack, sorry. So he can make the attack outside of it being part of his actions.
Okay.
He's going to target your, what's it called? The Nightmare Riders. Got it right there. And it's 3 attacks. And it is fire, which I'm pretty sure your model is weak against, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it's automatically +1 wound to your formation if I at least get 1 hit.
Okay.
And what's your defense?
My defense is 3.
3. And you do have shields, so you may end up being able to avoid. So I get 2 successes.
Okay.
So that's 3 wounds so far. But against those 2 hits, roll your shields.
Okay, so shield I need to get
2 dice.
2 dice.
You need to get 5 or 6.
I ignored 1 damage, so
there's
only 1 is gone.
Plus the 1 for the fire damage, though, so that's 2 damage total.
That's why, because they have 2 might.
Okay, they have 2 might, so that's 1 gone.
Okay.
So you, as the formation controller, picks which one.
I'll get rid of this one.
And of course you would.
I'll keep this one here.
Okay, so we also need to make sure that we tap exhaust cards as we use them, so that we can better track which ones have been activated. Alright, so that was his bonus action. So now he can move 4 inches. Which, because you chose that one, means that can't do everything that I wanted to do.
Which is helpful. Because Mephisto is devastating.
Yeah, he can be.
Well, for me,
Okay.
For the
Old-Burg. He's going to forfeit his other action. I don't want to necessarily be directly engaged. He does have to make a will test because he's now within 5 inches of a Nightmare Raider.
Which he failed.
And he himself is terror.
Which, that is the one that I would expect not to fail.
That's okay. He has a will of 7, so the chances of him breaking it are
very high.
Alright, so now I'm going to activate... No, that's your activation. Mephisto is activated.
Okay.
Your go.
So I'm going to activate my other card for the Old-Burg Nightmare Riders, which I'm probably going to do a double movement for them.
You shouldn't be able to get too close.
So that would make me only be able to move 8 inches, so I might want to move this way, or move around it even. There it is, okay. I can move there. And then, sadly, that's out of range.
Yep, and that will be the closest one, so.
One is going to move there. And then right up behind it. And I need a smaller ruler for this. That's about
3, so you can move 7 more inches.
Just using all the different rulers.
That's what they're there for.
Yep. It's really helpful having all these.
He can actually just go straight forward. He more or less has a straight path.
I can probably move them around
Yep.
there. It's
Yep.
with going around that.
Alright, and that's both their actions.
Yep. So that's my activation.
Okay, now I will go to the slavers, which are not terror, do not have a terror token, so I do not have to worry about that. They have a movement of 4, which I don't think I even need. 'Cause technically, they should have already been engaged with
Right.
this formation. And you are going to go around that way. And then they have a bonus attack for their whip. So they're first going to attack with that. It's 1, your defense is 3. Okay, so that is 2 hits. So roll for your shields.
So I need a 5 or 6.
You did not, so that's 2 wounds.
Which means another one is down. Which I'll get rid of this one.
Okay. Which means now that I don't have models within range, except for this one can attack that one. With 2. And I missed both.
Yes, that's helpful. Thank you for missing.
Okay, so then that is their activation. Oh, and I did fulfill that attack order. So, and you did attack, you did fulfill your movement.
This.
Yep. That way we have less
Which
tokens.
now, actually, my Old-Burg nightmares are not in a formation anymore.
Correct.
Okay, well.
But they can join back up with the formation if they move and activate, so.
Within 2 inches.
Yep.
So I'm going to activate my soldiers, which, again, I'm probably going to do a double movement.
Makes sense.
Because I'm way out of range. This one wants to move a little bit to the side. Where is the... Ooh, it was right in front of my face. Of course. Can it fit right through there? Yep. Barely. Just barely.
And with the Guild Clash scenario or quest, our objective is just to try to gain as many glory points as we can, and the winner will be the one that has the most. And you gain glory points by either surviving entirely or wiping out your opponent.
Okay, that is my activation. I need
Alright.
to exhaust my card.
Alright. And so now I am going to activate my defenders. And I know this was within 4 inches, but I do want to double check, make sure I stay outside of 5. Ooh, I can't stay outside of 5.
While getting in range.
It's fine. Okay.
Technically, isn't that one that far one already in range because within 2 inches?
Yes, it technically should have been. So.
Is that one?
Yes. With those 2, is it just the 2 that are?
I think all 3.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do their will test. 2 of them succeed, 1 of them does not. But with terror, it at the beginning Where is another terror token? So we will go ahead and mark that one as terrified, and he immediately moves 4 inches.
Since you already did one action.
You can only do the other 4 inches. Okay.
Now those two are not in range.
In formation.
In formation.
But so that means they can attack separately. So the one farthest from this side of the table. It would help if I rolled on the table. Okay, so that's 2 hits.
I'll try to block.
You get 1 shield because it's 1 model.
Right. Because the other one is not.
So you automatically have to take 1 hit. What you do? You take 2
hits, which it is completely gone, which is super helpful.
Well, it means that my other model
it's helpful for you, kind of helpful
doesn't get an attack.
Kind of helpful for me.
But he will have another action, so he could move 4 inches. So he will actually go ahead and move and engage that one. And then that's my defender's activation.
Okay, so I'm probably where is within range? Definitely not able to attack. So my marksman's this round. Possibly with Skulkator.
He has what, a 10-inch range?
Yes. And a
He might be making a
4-inch.
deal with Mephisto here before too long.
That definitely not able to.
Okay, he does have levitate, so he is not restricted by the walls.
Which means I can just go straight.
Yep. It looks like you can actually land right next to your...
Can I land on top of it? Probably not. It would probably not be the best idea for the model.
Preferably don't break them. Right.
Yeah.
So that's all Skulkator is doing?
Well, is
That's
there
all he
anything
can do.
else he can do?
Alright, so I'm going to activate the Impaler, and at the beginning of their activation they get to take a will test, and they both succeeded.
Oh, seriously?
So, they are no longer terrified.
That's not very helpful.
Nope, not for you at least. So then
I
they
want them
have
to.
indirect engagement, so they technically have a 6-inch threat range at the moment.
A 6-inch.
Well,
threat
4-inch
range.
movement plus 2 inches of attack.
And plus,
That's
I have a 1-inch threat range, so if they meet or...
So over here.
You just want to get rid of that one chart of Nightmare Riders.
So it has to be in melee now. And it's, I think only 2 of them can be. Alright, let me see the 5. I think at least one of them now is. Oh, 2. Yeah, 2 of them are back in range of your terror. So let's go ahead and do that will test. They both succeeded.
Oh, seriously?
So the 2 here, this one can attack and this one can attack because they have indirect engagement, and he's base to base with the one that's base to base with that one. So both of those can attack. The third one will have to sit out of this attack, but that is 6 dice.
Man.
Because each
Bye-bye.
one has 3 attacks. Ooh, there's some crits there. Okay, so that is 4 hits, or 5 hits, 2 of which are criticals. So you have 1 shield roll. Do you want to roll it? I mean, you're going to be taking...
Yes, just for the fun of it.
Okay.
Because rolling dice is fun.
Alright, you fail. So you take 2,
fail.
4, 5, 6, 7 damage.
Negative 5 damage.
Alright, so that is 1 of your cards completely wiped out.
Okay.
And that is the activation. That is my last activation.
I have one last activation, and that's my marksman's, which I'm gonna want to double move them. Which this one can move right up in there. And then I don't need to measure the last ones.
Alright, and that's it?
I believe so.
Alright, so that is moving into the end phase of round 1, which nothing happens.
Actually,
oh yes, you're
arise
correct.
my minions.
Is that a torment ability?
Because
I think you take it.
Yes.
So you do acquire a torment token, which you can use this.
Okay.
So.
Which I can only take up to 6 torment, because my will is 6.
Yep. Then Skulkator may just immediately be vanquished if it rolls poorly on a doom.
Okay, well.
Alright, so Skulkator's Rise My Minions. During the end phase, Skulkator rolls 1d6 for each fallen 1 model that was vanquished during the round. Results of 4+, summons any Old-Burg except Nightmare Riders within 10 inches of them.
Okay.
So you get to roll 4 dice.
I have 4 dice because I have 4 Nightmare Riders gone. And 1
So
gets.
what are you bringing it back as?
I'm gonna bring it back as a marksman,
Okay.
because I know how good they can be.
It's an unpainted one since I didn't prepare for that part.
Well, it works.
Yep. Alright, so these are now permanently gone of this quest. So these no longer count towards Rise My Minions.
Yep.
And then that is the end of round 1. Alright, moving into round 2, if you want to update that dice. We unexhaust all of our cards, which I did not do mine, you already did yours. Going to roll for initiative. Rolled a 9.
1 more than last time.
Which you beat.
Once again.
Alright, so you get to do your shout order first.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. There's the 4-inch ruler. I want to see what stuff can happen with my not junk, but models.
Well, maybe because you consider them junk, maybe that's why you're losing them. Okay, so what you doing?
I am not sure. I am going to have my marksman's. No. Why does this have to be so hard to decide?
You're the one that wanted to go first.
Well, I'm going to have my Nightmare Riders attack your
Slavers, defenders, or impalers?
Probably Impalers.
Or Mephisto. Okay. The ones with the pikes.
Not the one defender. 2.
I have 3 of them.
I'm saying that because there are 2 over there.
So I'm going to have the Impalers attack your Nightmare Riders.
Okay.
So that's both our shout orders, end of event phase. So your activation. Which model do you want me to kill first? I mean, which model do you want to activate first? Sorry.
I mean, were you wrong?
We'll see. We'll see what the dice say.
Okay. Well, I'm probably going to activate my Nightmare Riders because I don't want to lose them before I use them.
It's good because if you don't fulfill your attack order,
I will gain a torment.
Correct.
And I don't want to have to roll a doom.
1 closer to a doom.
Okay. Which, your Impalers are all in a formation, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
They are just kind of spread out a little bit.
So, I can move a couple Nightmare Riders around them a little bit.
Are they still close enough to be in formation? Or are you splitting off into not formation?
If I move this one.
Okay, so
right
he is unable
here,
to do anything.
But it should be connecting.
He should be within 2 inches of both sides. Not that he could have really gotten into there anyway, but gotta at least make sure that he could still do that. Okay. So that was 1 action.
I'm gonna have them attack, which I only get 3 dice.
Yes, because only 3 of them are attacking.
Which you have
5 defense.
5 defense. 5.
And I know it looks like they have a shield, but the Impalers do not have the shield ability, so it's just straight 5 defense.
Okay. I need 3 crits to destroy them all, but that's probably not gonna happen. I missed that die. Only 1 takes 1 damage.
Okay, now, the fun thing about the Mezzalfiends is their planar armor. Go. The Impalers have planar armor. When this model suffers wounds from a melee attack, it must roll 1d6. On a 5+, which it did not, the enemy attacker suffers the same number of wounds. Now, because there is a wound on that Mezzalfiend, that one can now roll one of her dice during her activation. But just that one. So now, that's your activation. So your Nightmare Riders exhaust. So I'm going to go ahead and activate my Impalers. And they are all already engaged with your formation. Because there's this one there and that. And that's 9 dice. It's 3 each.
Ouch.
6, 7, 8, 9. And I get 2 rerolls. One for the attack order. Did you reroll for your attack order?
No.
Okay, reroll one of those ones. Because that may...
Nope.
Okay, so it still would have failed. Okay, so you fulfilled your attack order. So I get 2 rerolls. One for the attack order and one for that specific Mezzalfiend. Your defense is 3. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that is 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits.
5 hits.
And you have...
Well, I don't have a formation anymore.
Well, hey, hold on. You still have shields, right?
Right. I forgot about my shields. My shields are, I only have 4 shields. Which, even though my 1 is in rage, I still
Because I'm attacking the formation, you still get that. So 5s or higher, so you block 1 hit. So you still take...
Should be 2 hits
4...
because it's a...
I believe that is an ability somewhere else, that you do a super block or something. So that is 4 wounds that you take.
Well...
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is correct, that's 2 Nightmare Riders deceased. Sorry, vanquished.
Which, actually, weren't some of your models supposed to take a will test because I moved in closer?
I think they all took one because of that formation.
I think only a few did.
Oh, so do I need to do one more? Okay, so it passed. So, oh, you're right. It was this one that hadn't done the will test yet.
Let's make sure I can't take damage from an extra one and possibly separate that one. Those two a little bit.
Okay. And I successfully did my attack order. And those are my impalers. So that is my first activation. So your go.
That is super helpful.
You're welcome. It's less models for you to have to move around.
Thank you.
Happy to oblige. You look like you were struggling, so.
Again, thank you. Well, let's see if I can, what I can do. What does that have for range?
And remember, my defenders are not in formation at the moment, because that one is off to the side. But the other 2 are within formation.
Am I able to reach Mephisto? No.
No. And because of your base size...
Actually, these are not
they
in formation, right?
were, but maybe
No.
I misplaced those. Nope, they're in 2 inches.
Oh man.
I thought I'd measured it.
Well, you did, I guess.
Even if I didn't measure it, I eyeballed it.
Well, I'm going to... I forgot I can move for a minute. So if I move and then measure, I'm able to do it.
Okay.
So,
Are you able to shoot through same size or larger models?
no? Right?
Correct.
Well, that ruins my plan.
Why do you think I kept Mephisto back there? As much of a powerhouse as he is, I don't want him just taking pot shots against him.
Well, I guess I'm going to use Bone Extraction, which is one of my spells that I can use.
Okay.
It is a rank 2 spell, so I'm going to need to take 2 Torment.
And it's not one you can empower, so...
It inflicts 1 wound per success to the target. This spell considers target's might 1 point lower. If this spell vanquishes the target, place a skeletal minion at his original location. You control a skeletal minion until the end of the quest.
Okay, so who is your target?
Your Impalers.
Oh.
So, since one is already damaged, does that mean that that one is dead?
It's to a minimum of 1. But with the 1 wound, technically, Yes.
It should be vanquished.
Let's see if you actually can hit. So
well,
it's
I
5
get
attack.
5 attack.
You need to roll
It has a range of 12.
5 or higher for my defense, as the spell does go up against defense. Ouch.
Ooh. That would actually destroy all of them.
Yes, it would, because that is...
And I'll get 3 skeletal minions, right?
Does it say for each one vanquished?
It says, inflicts 1 wound per success to the target. If the spell vanquishes the target, place a skeletal minion at his original location. It doesn't say that it is 1 or...
Okay. I assume that you would get 3. Now, the question is if I have 3...
Well, that spell worked very well.
Okay, so there's 1... 2...
Can those skeletal minions be a formation?
As long as you have 3 or more.
Okay. Well,
I am not getting the, didn't lose anything glory points.
nope.
Alright, but that was your activation, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Skulkator went.
And I need to take my torment. Okay. It's your turn. What?
I see a foot. It doesn't belong there.
Oh.
Alright,
I see that too. I might have accidentally did that.
so Mephisto
Didn't notice that.
is going to use his bonus action, bonus attack, his firebolt, to attack your that Nightmare Rider specifically.
Bye-bye.
And he hits, and you can deflect one of them, but you have 2 might, so you take 2 damage at minimum anyway. Hey, you deflected!
I did it! One of my
3.
best rolls
Okay,
this...
but he's dead.
Oh.
Alright. Oh crap, hold on. Put him back for a second. If I roll a 1, Mephisto, just move that off to the side. Okay, Mephisto lost his terror token. So, he is dead now. Alright, and then Mephisto is going to move up to here.
Just taking little baby steps.
And bash you with a 5 attack hammer. With Shieldbreaker. Which probably won't be relevant. Yeah, that's
I think
3.
it is relevant.
That's
just
3
watch.
hits. Oh, look! You still
I
take 4
actually did
you
something.
take 4 wounds.
Bye, I guess.
Okay, so
I
all
wish that
4 of
didn't
those
happen.
were vanquished this round. So they may end up coming back.
Hopefully.
He did roll doubles, so all demon models, including him, gain +1 until the end of the round.
+1 attack.
Sorry, +1 attack. So that means that my other 2 units have 3 attack each instead of 2. Yay, demonic forging.
Yay. Is it my turn?
It's your activation.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to activate is probably my skeletal
Okay,
minions.
you have their stat card right there.
Yep.
Off to the side.
They can each move.
They are
3.
already engaged, so they will have to disengage, which will require a dex test.
Right.
Or they can act individually and attack individual defenders and Mephisto. Or I'll just gang up on one defender.
I'm going to have them act individually because I feel like I can more strategize that way.
Okay.
They each get one attack. So first I'm going to attack this defender right there.
And you failed.
Critical fail. Okay, now for my next one, I'm going to attack this defender once again. Actually, I'm going to do the one closest to Mephisto.
Failed.
And
So
then
defense is 5.
and then the one closest to Mephisto.
Is going
Again.
to attack the defender or Mephisto?
The defender against the defender that's closest to the
Okay.
to Mephisto.
You missed.
I was expecting them to do much.
Okay, so it's now my
But-
activation. I am going to activate the defenders. Let's go ahead and do that will test for the one that's way over there. He passed his will check, which means no more terror.
No.
And he can move 4 inches. So he's going to move back into formation. And he's going to move there, which is within, so he has to move there. So then, because you attacked individually, I'm actually going to have to attack individually. Because I can't attack a formation if the formation didn't exist. So, this defender against that one there.
They have 1 might and 3 defense.
Yeah, and I have 3 attack.
Bye-bye.
So that is
This
2.
one?
Yep. And then we'll just go clockwise. This one to that one. It's 2 hits.
Bye-bye.
And that last one.
Bye-bye.
3 hits. Okay.
Yay, I got destroyed.
Basically
Okay.
what I just did was further destroyed my impalers. So.
Yes.
Okay, so that is Mephisto's gone and the defenders have gone.
Great work with destroying your defenders.
I can't bring them back, so
I could,
they do me no good.
if I use
Okay.
bonus.
Your activation.
Okay. Okay. What shall I do? First off, probably move would probably be the best.
Seeing as though nothing that you have is in range, that would be...
A good choice.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'm going to... They have 4... I'm gonna activate my soldiers. I might do a double move, which I'm probably gonna do. Then all of them are able to get right snuggled up against each other. And then I don't think they're within engagement.
They are.
I
That
might-
first one is. So if you want to move him back a little bit.
I might move them all back a little bit.
I don't know if it's necessarily the best idea to engage
When
with
I don't,
one model.
it would get absolutely destroyed.
Granted, that model that'd be engaging has already gone. So,
Right.
okay, so that was a double move, so that was your activation.
Yep.
Okay. So then I only have one more to activate, which is my slavers.
I also have one more to add.
Let's see, they can move 4 inches. Which they can attack from this side.
Yay, things getting
So they're
destroyed.
going
My
to
favorite
charge,
thing ever.
And this one can technically only get to here, but that's within the 2 inches, so she gets brought into that side. Now, the fun thing about them is they have their bonus attack,
Yay.
which also is +1 attack. So that's
Yay.
6 dice. This does not count as an action. So that is 2 hits. And you do have shields.
So I get 2 dice.
Neither block, so that's 2 wounds.
At least that wasn't a shield breaker thing, because that would have destroyed 2 of my shields.
Yep. So pick 2 to take 2 wounds.
Probably some that are close and personal with them. My goodness.
Yeah, careful with her whip.
That's what I was trying to do.
Alright, so then they get to attack with their regular attack, which, because it's a separate action, she's no longer in range of that one. Although they are still engaged.
They are in range of, like, they're all...
Okay, so that will be 9 dice. That's...
even more than last time. Yay.
And they all hit. No, sorry, 1 did not hit. So you get 4 shields. Which I don't think matters because that's 8
1, 2, 3,
hits.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits.
So you can take half damage and still die.
Yay. But rolling dice is fun, and I failed with
That's why
all
we
of
play
them
these
except
games.
for 1.
Okay, so your whole soldier squad has been wiped out.
Either way, that was gonna happen.
Yep.
There's gonna be a lot able to be brought back.
Yep, because your skeletal minions count as fallen ones.
Yep.
So, alright, that is my activation.
So, are all of my marksmen's in range? No.
Not quite.
So, I know
hold on. I'm pretty sure the soldiers have an ability to resurrect on the spot.
Right.
So,
A defense test with a successful...
so as long as you roll a 2 or 3, they get brought back on where they were.
I forgot about that. Sadly, my Nightmare Riders don't do that.
It's because they cause terror wherever they go.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 of them are put back on the table.
Power 4.
Because it's a defense test, so 3 and 2s are successes.
Ah.
Right? That's what
Yeah.
it says?
A defense test.
Yep.
And their defense is 3.
So they fail on 1 and they succeed on 3s and 2s.
So, actually, they'll be the 2 that I killed off first. That you killed off first.
Yep, and then there's 1 more. Alright, now you can move on to your marksman.
They fell down into a pile of bones and then rose back up.
That's what the undead do.
Somehow.
That's what the undead did. Just take your turn.
That's confusing. Is it what the undead undid?
Yes. They
undid the undid? It's too complicated to think about. Well, all of them are in range of your formation. So,
The
the
impalers.
marksmans are going to attack.
Not impalers, the slavers. Still has a
So-
defense of 5.
I have 7 attack. All combined. 1 attack per model.
That's 7 dice.
Yep.
And no hits.
Seriously?
They're undead. What did you expect?
That's super helpful.
Alright, so then at the end phase, because that's all of our activations, I think Skulkator does something silly.
I wouldn't call it silly.
I do.
I'll call it cool.
Okay, we'll go with that. So how many fallen one fell?
6.
6 or 9?
6. 9.
Okay, so you rolled 9 dice.
That's even better.
On what did you need to result? 5s or higher?
4 or higher.
4 or higher. Dang. Okay, so statistically, 3.5 of these, 4.5 of these should come back.
But hopefully, most of them.
So that is 5. So
I'll bring back 5 marksmen.
I figured you would. That seems to be the tactic you do.
I mean, what other good tactic is there?
Conceding is always an option.
I guess so, but is that the best option?
It
Probably
can be.
not for me. I don't want
so
them.
we'll place those and then we'll end the round. Remove your dice. So we're ready for the initiative on round 3.
Okay, well, that's
large formation.
yes.
All right.
It is. I might actually split that into different formations.
It might be helpful. Give you more options. So, but you have to do that when it activates.
Yep.
So for now, that is the end of round 2. Alright, going into round 3, fix the dice, then we'll roll for initiative.
And we need to unexhaust
All of the cards that still have models associated with them. And I rolled a 13 this time. Still lower than yours.
Isn't it great?
That's okay. I'll get the round when I do the finishing blow, the final blow. So, what's your attack order? I mean, what's your what's your shout order?
It's like you knew what I was gonna do.
I'm not trying to plant ideas in your head.
I kind of already had that idea. Okay. So that is a lot of dice if I would do that.
Uh-huh. You did get a torment for doing your Rise My Minions, correct?
No.
So that's
not
up to
yet.
4. So that's kind of getting to the point of limiting Skulkator on what he can do.
I kind of want to do bonus traction, but I also don't, because then I would have to roll a doom.
Well, you have to do the arcane instability test first. So, but it could be worth it. There's some positive dooms, which is the strangest sentence you'll probably ever hear.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so what's your order? Does Skulkator choose to concede?
No. Why would he?
Because Mephisto.
Yes, Mephisto is super terrifying, but...
No, the Nightmare Riders are terrifying.
Just stop. I'm saying something. Okay, but that doesn't mean he's just gonna leave the battle completely just to save his life. He's gonna try to destroy as many of your models as possible. At least that's what I think he should do.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
I guess so. I'm going to have my... I'm gonna...
Give your marksman your attack order, but who's their target?
How many marksmen do I have? 12.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have my marksman's attack.
The slavers.
The slavers.
Okay.
Or... I don't know. The slavers. Okay. What's your...
I am
attack
going
order,
to
like you
have...
said?
It is an attack order.
Yeah, I guessed it.
Pretty sure he is well within that, yep. Mephisto is going to be giving himself an attack order to attack Skulkator.
Of course, the rivalry continues.
Rivalry? Mephisto already knows he's superior. Okay.
Skulkator might think otherwise.
Yeah, that's what liches do. Okay. Go ahead and activate. You have 3 activations. I mean, you have 3 available activations.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to activate Skulkator.
Uh-huh.
And he is going to
Die.
move. Actually, attack first.
Okay. What's his range?
10. There it is. Which is within range
Of?
your defenders.
Okay.
So, and that's 4 dice for my Plague Bolt. Which.
Now, remember, they did not activate as a formation. So.
They did not.
Correct.
Because they couldn't.
Correct.
I'm able to attack Mephisto.
No, he is outside of your 10 inches. Unless you move first.
Well, I'm guessing I'm attacking the one defender that I can see.
Okay, so the one right
Prepare
here.
to die.
The bright orange hair.
Yep.
Ouch.
You died.
I'm going to forget the fact that I can roll a shield, but I am going to roll for his planar armor, and it did not work. Okay, so what else is Skulkator doing?
I'm going to be moving.
Huh.
Over here. Which you have to be able to see the base, correct?
Yes.
Not the model itself.
Correct. It does not operate on true line of sight. So, if I can activate Mephisto and move at least in that angle, I can see your base.
Barely.
Barely.
But when I get, like...
Cover, which is +1 defense, which makes you have 5
5
defense, which
would be
may
helpful.
or may not be worth it. And it's just 1 torment against my 7 will, so...
And it's not like you can do any spells or anything.
Correct.
Unless you gain
And
spells.
your soldiers acted as a formation, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to move my defenders, which they are both well within range, to attack that formation. And they have 2 attack for each one, but they have to attack individually because, you broke my formation.
You're welcome.
Okay, so starting with the one on that side, which both failed.
Yes. Okay.
On the next one, both
Failed.
Okay, well, that's their activation. Apparently the bright orange guy was the one that held the group together.
Apparently. He was the one who gave them confidence.
Yeah.
Well.
I guess Skulkator already activated.
Oh, right. That. Okay. I'm going to activate my marksman's.
Okay.
Which.
So when you activate them, this is when you decide what their formations look like.
I'm gonna keep them all as a full formation.
Okay.
Which. Let's see this. They're gonna need to move a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. bit more. And hopefully...
What I need is a large AoE attack.
Yep.
Just all of them. What? Okay, what are you doing?
A fire AoE.
Yes.
Okay, well that's 12 dice for attacking your slavers. Do you want to count this before I roll?
No.
Okay.
If you all of a sudden tell me that you got 15 hits, I'm gonna second guess.
I could get 15 hits if I have enough crits.
Those are wounds.
Right.
Crit is still just one hit.
Right. Bye-bye.
Oh my word. I mean, granted, only like
These
5
alone.
of them hit.
Those alone. Oh,
Okay.
and don't forget the reroll.
Yes.
Yeah, it did better
Okay,
though.
so, but...
Planar armor.
Oh, it's a melee attack. Look at you.
Yes. Wait. Then you would have not been able to do planar armor for your
Skulkator.
Skulkator.
You
But
are
it's not like it did anything.
Okay, so you fulfilled your attack action.
I'm actually
guess.
I'm doing better than I thought I would, to be honest.
Okay, so
Kind of.
I only have one person left.
That can activate this
This
round.
Yes, which I'm gonna go ahead and shift those around. So
Which is Mephisto.
Alright, what does he want to do? Well, I guess what he's going to
Don't do what you're thinking what I think you're gonna be doing. Because if I know what you're doing...
Okay, so he's going to go ahead and shift to there. And a little further forward. And then attack Skulkator with a fireball. The firebolt, which is a bonus attack, so it does not cost an action. Granted, the tree makes him have +1 defense, which makes him have 5, but I do have the attack order, so I do get 1 reroll. Okay, so that is 2 hits plus weakness to fire, so that's 3 wounds.
Okay.
And then
That's actually...
they're done there.
Okay.
Then he's going to take his other action and move that way.
Okay, well, by the end of this round, hopefully, you will not have any defenders left.
Okay, you have one more.
So, I'm gonna separate my soldiers.
Okay.
They're not gonna be in a formation anymore.
Okay, well, that one to move it has to do a disengage.
Is it not able to go around and...
Since it still does maintain.
That one can move right up in there.
Yep. Okay, so they are not attacking. Okay, I see why they're not attacking as a formation, because you couldn't attack both of the defenders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 1 attack dice at a time.
Okay, so this one to this one. Hit.
Yep.
You have a shield.
Yes, let's do the shield, which is failed, but then planar armor also failed.
Okay.
This one?
Yep. And then this one to this one.
Okay.
Another hit.
Let's see, shield,
Fail.
planar armor.
Fail. That is so helpful. Okay. And then this one to that one. Hit.
Oh my gosh, stop it. And our shield, and our armor.
None of them worked?
Nope.
Okay, and then the last one to the last defender.
Roll it in the box, please. Failed.
But that was an amazingly good attack.
I mean, you killed one guy.
Better than I was expecting.
Alright, so that
to be
is
honest.
all the activations, and nothing has died this round.
Except for yours.
Well, no fallen ones have died this round. So you don't get to arise my minions.
I would have not planned to anyway.
Okay. So that is the end of round 3. Alright, starting round 4, let's roll for initiative. Come on.
13 once again, and I beat you once again.
Oh my word, stop it. Okay. So, what's your unexhaust your cards?
Guess I could do that. I guess so. So, shout orders. My marksmans, which you succeeded your attack order. So. Okay. What I'm going to do is have my marksmans attack Mephisto.
Ooh. Okay.
Yippee!
That's fine. And I guess Mephisto is going to attack Skulkator.
Okay.
So your activation.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Skulkator and use Blasphemous Strength, which is pick a model of formation within range. During its next activation, the target or targets have +1 attack.
Okay.
Which
so
I'm going
you
to
a torment.
I'm going to target my marksmans.
Now, why would you ever do that? Because I like rolling 24 dice.
Yep, totally. Okay. Now, I'm not able to do anything else except for move, which I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. Okay, your activation. Your activation.
Yep. So, Mephisto is going to move 4, shoot Skulkator with his firebolt, which you are no longer getting cover from this angle. Oops. However, it is a double, which gives all demons +1 attack for until the end of the round.
Like, that's gonna help.
Hey, I have a soldier that could.
That's not gonna help, by the way. I'm gonna get rid of it by the end of the round.
It's okay. That was horrible.
Okay.
Hold on, that was my bonus attack.
Oh, wait, but didn't you already move your full movement?
I have moved 4.
Yeah, which is your movement. Oh.
As my second action.
Oh.
So, how'd that work out for you? Oh, I could have rerolled one of those dice. Okay, one of those hit.
One of those hit.
Because I had the attack order against him.
I only took 1 heroic wound.
But that is 2 damage.
Yes. It is. So, one of those.
So you have 3 more health left on Skulkator. Okay, your activation though. Oh, this is round 4.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is activate my soldiers.
Okay.
Attack separately again.
Interesting.
I'm going to have this one attack that one.
Why don't you attack as a formation? You roll all the dice at once, so you only gets one shield roll. I mean, go ahead.
I have an idea.
Okay, I see. Because if he dies in the first one, that gives you the other 3 to still be able to. Ouch.
2 wounds.
He only has 1 left, but. So he deflected it.
1. Only 1 wound got deflected.
Okay.
Okay. So. He always takes that one away from me.
Yes, I do.
What, do you not want me to be able to move my models?
It's actually going to be a close game.
I might actually win this. I can't get in there. Okay, that's close enough.
Is it though? Are you base to base? I know, those wings are in the way.
You want me to go all around?
Can't though.
Exactly.
Okay, so there are those 3 now acting as a formation.
Yes. Okay. They're going to attack all at the same time.
Okay, so it's 3 attack against his 5 defense. 1 hit.
Hey, it did something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, this one might have wanted to move.
Hey, he couldn't have. Oh, I guess he could have moved after his attack. Yep,
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay.
You are correct.
And then it's my turn again.
Yep, because I don't have anything else to activate. Since all that I have left is Mephisto.
So what is disengaging? How do I disengage?
So you have to roll a dex test.
Which my dex is 4, so 4 or higher?
Nope, 4. You have
4
2, 3, or
less.
4.
2, 3, or 4.
Yep. And then on a disengage, you move 3 inches back. So you'll give the entire formation a move order, a move action.
Which, actually, only these 2 are engaged, right?
Correct. So everything else should be able to move.
I'm going to separate everything else from it, for right now at least.
Correct. You can do that.
Hold on.
They do have a rusty dagger.
They do.
So.
Which is the same amount of attack as...
And because of bone extraction, still +1.
Blasphemous strength. So...
Well, you know what I meant.
Technically, I could keep them all in formation and have them all attack as a... No,
because they still have to have range. Only the first 2 are in melee range.
But they need to be at least that far away.
So you can keep those 2 there and not worry about disengaging them. Attack with them separately. They still get the +1 attack.
Yeah, which...
And then just move all of the other ones. That way you don't have to do a disengage. And honestly, it clutters up the field there. Granted, Mephisto does also have levitate, so I can just fly over them after I disengage, which I never said I was going to. But okay.
And then that is well out of range.
Okay.
And within range of...
So those 2 are no longer part of that formation.
Nope. Okay. But those 10 are going to attack, which I get 20 dice because of blasphemous strength.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully there's enough dice over here.
Yeah, there's plenty of dice, just maybe not in purple or pink. So you may have to go off color.
Nope, there's just enough dice. This is a handful. Literally.
You're a handful. Oh my word.
And then I can also re-roll 1.
Yep. So re-roll a 1 into a 1. Okay, so let's set aside the ones that hit.
6.
So nothing else hit.
That's 10 wounds.
Which is 2 heroic wounds, because he has 5 might. So he has 1 more heroic wound to get.
He has 4 health left.
Yep.
And then my 2 people with...
Hold up! I'm going to heroic dodge. I accumulate 2 fatigue and do a dex test. So I just need a 2, 3, 4, or 5.
You have 5 movement?
Sorry,
No,
2, 3,
2,
or
3 or
4.
4.
I failed, so okay. I take
yes,
the 10
yes, yes,
but I
yes,
do
yes,
take.
yes,
I do
yes.
have the 2 fatigue, so I can't do that again.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay.
And then now,
The 2 rusty daggers.
yep, which they do have to roll individually, but
Failed.
it's 2 attack.
2 attack?
Plasma strength.
But I thought since it was...
You targeted the marksman.
Right, so...
Okay, so it still failed.
Nothing.
So then the second attack did 1.
1. Okay, well, that's the end of the round, correct?
I don't have anything else that I can do.
I don't have
and
anything
you
else I
didn't
can
lose anything this round.
Nope.
So that's the end of round 4.
Yes.
1 more round to go. Alright, let's start the last and final round. Initiative roll 15.
Better than ever.
And yet you still go first.
Yes. Exactly what I wanted. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is activate my marksman's...
Hold on.
Right.
Shout
Oh,
order.
right,
Shout
right,
order.
right. I forgot. Sorry. Very, very sorry. I forgot to get rid of the attack shout order, but I'm gonna keep that there because I'm gonna be attacking Mephisto
Who you turned.
accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. He's gonna die this round anyway.
Mephisto is going to
Do
attack Skulkator.
okay. Hopefully you won't be able to do that attack,
He does lose 1 fatigue.
but I'm going to activate my marksman's and attack Mephisto. What other thing would I do to
You
start
only
off
get
the
10
round?
dice this time.
I know. But that still could be enough to destroy him. Because he has only 3 might left. Boom.
2, 3, 4.
Bye-bye.
I should have done the guard order like I had thought I would. Okay, so that is Mephisto down. So let's go ahead and count up points real quick, just so that we can wrap up the game. So I got 2 glory points, 1 for each of the Nightmare Riders that I vanquished entirely, and that's it. You got 2 for vanquishing my GM, and then 1 for each of the other units. You got a total of 5.
Isn't there one for vanquishing the whole...
Yes, and an additional 3
So
for
that's
vanquishing
8
all of the
glory
models
points.
of the Opponent's Guild. So the game ended with my 2 versus your 8.
Good game.
Good game.
It was really
It
fun.
could have gone either way. Your marksmen are definitely where I need to figure out how to deal with.
I'm excited to do this again.
Yes, for sure.